I think everyone knows what this is about on the Honda Transalp. Yeah, that is replacing the air filter. Now, I did a few mods where you don't have to take this. I don't have to take none of this off anymore. I do have to take these two, actually those three pieces, and that's it. Before, you'd have to take all this off, and you know, to get under here. But not anymore, not anymore. And we may touch on that later, what I did to do this, to make it work. It works really, really good now. And this just lifts up now. And there's two little catches underneath here on both sides that notch and go under the plastic. You can cut them off to where it's just instead of the toe of it, you might say, going all the way up underneath there. It doesn't need to, since you've got bolts here and you got clip pins in here. It's not going anywhere, and when it's assembled from the factory, it's dropped in, scooted down after the tank is on, of course. And so what it is, I cut the little toe off that goes underneath there to where it's just, where it drops down, and it's got like a little divot that comes out that snaps in, that drops down, snaps into place. You can kind of hear it. So yeah, and you know, this one got a little more taken off, which it doesn't matter. It's just pretty much to guide it into the hole. That's all you need, just something to guide it and keep it running straight, because these bolts hold it down, and the little pins little stake plastic pins that you put in there that I showed in my earlier video, how you take them out and put them in. It's easy as pie. You don't have to break them. I've seen some people complain and break them. It's just because of the lack of knowledge of knowing how to get those pins out. They're too easy, as a matter of fact. The easiest pins, these things are the easiest to install and take out that I've ever seen. So, you know, watch that on my earlier video, and it's just too easy. Or you can look it up. I think it might be in your Honda owner's manual or repair manual. But any Honda company knows, once they know, those are too easy. So don't complain, stop your whining. And so back to this. This just lifts up, and then this right here just tilts out, comes out. So, you know, I just got to sit there. But anyway, that's not a big deal anymore. I mean, it's really troublesome. Just take that bolt out, all the way out, and slide it back, and then, you know, take it all the way off if you want to. But, you know, if you don't want to take it out, this is the way to do this, you know, from now on. But you don't have to take all this off anymore. Forget it. Once you do the mod and update, I'm sure Honda probably, or somebody will come out with an aftermarket where this is fastened differently. This is your only thing that's holding it, to keep it, you know, to making you have to take all that off. You just don't have to do it anymore. So that's a remedy. That's a fix. There's going to be, believe me, there'll be a lot of aftermarket and a lot of updates coming with this thing. Right now, this is updated really well, the way I like it. And I talked earlier about my induction mod for this that makes it work perfectly. I got a DNA filter coming today for this. Yes, and I've got the, you see these little red zip ties are. It's holding my O2 sensor plug-ins for my Rapid Bike exclusive Evo from Dimsport. Works pretty well, and I'll learn more about it today once I get my DNA filter and get everything buttoned back up, because I will have better induction in the throttle bodies now. So Breathing shouldn't be a problem, especially with the, look at that, Akrapovic muffler. I've got replacing the stopped up version of the US version Honda. Now, Euros are better breathing, believe me. And I talked about that earlier too when I put this muffler on. So, yes, and I've got the MC Cruise on this thing. Look at that. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, on, off, set, and, and accelerate. And this is right here is your resume. You can also lower your speed. Just knock it down a couple of miles per hour, 5 miles per hour. I think every click is, you can even modify that. You can custom that how you want it to drop. But I love the way it is. It's really nice going down the road. When I had the Cruise set it, out here on 60, 55 miles per hour, 60, whatever. And, you got to slow down, and then the traffic moves out of the way instead of throttling back. Just bump that one time, and you're back up your speed where you last set it. Everybody, loves the Meridian, but, you got to, okay, I think I'm there. I think, now I get it. Where am I? I need the speed. Okay, I need to get, I'm doing 55. I'm going to take my thumb. Oops, I've slipped a little bit. Oh, okay, set. Once you set at 55, 60, whatever, and you're on a road that's say you're out on 65 or wherever, Highway 40 Blues or wherever, and it's set for 70 or something, and somebody truck you pulls in front of you, and then they get out of your way, then you go down the road, and all I do is just click it again. I back up to 75, 80, whatever I set it at, 70, and none of this finagling with that to hold your throttle and then reach over and hit your button, and then you're on, and then, this right here, it's as factory as the big 1290 works, or the 890, or I don't know. It's a little finicky. Your resume is not. I don't know. That's another story. On the Touareg, it's not that great on the highway. Yeah, it's just a dirt bike pretty much, and it's really good. It's good between all, kind of a little bit do it all, like sort of, you might say, on the Touareg, but not as good as the 890 Adventure over there. That thing is not only stealthy looking, and runs like a bat out of it will go, and the tractive suspension that dialed it in really good. So it's a really great off-road bike as well as on-road, and with its hooliganism power. And back to this, so I've jumped around a little bit. This right here, you can't beat a better gearing. This has got a wider ratio, believe it or not, by just a fraction than the big 1290 over there. It's got a lower first gear, and it's got a higher sixth gear. So it's got a better overdrive, you might say, for cruising, and a better lower gear. But the thing is, the way this thing is geared, I got I'm gonna go up one tooth on the back. I didn't want to get too extreme. You can, this motor will fly. I've heard there's some blogs out there which shows people dropping it down a tooth on the front, which still gets you almost a 5 to 1, sixth gear, and then a 16 to 1 first gear. Who has that? Nobody. Nobody has that kind of gearing. So, right now it's like 4.69 or 4.7. I say 470 to 1, 4.70 to 1 sixth gear, and a 15 to 1 first gear. So it's really, really good. The way it's set up right now is really good. I probably won't, if I can get the torque to match with the horsepower. The horsepower gain should be there. I should be at Euro specs on the horsepower. And the torque, I'd like to see this. I'd like to be able to at least get, if I could get 10 more foot-pounds of torque on the on this dude, you know, even at that, it would be 10. See what? Yeah, it would still be 10 less foot-pounds of torque than the 890 over there. That is a torque monster. KTMs are known for torque. You know, that's all there is to it. They're just torquey machine. Even that beast, that little dirt bike there, that thing's a beast in the dirt. That thing's a wheelie monster. First, second, and third. You can crack it in third gear without the clutch. Now that I got the what is that thing? The new Get Map ECU on this dude. Works really good. GET Pro on this thing. Anyway, I think it's RF1, I think is what it is. But anyway, and I got that set up really good. And got the little plug in there, little spark arrestor, you know, clogging up everything. I just left the can the way it was, everything else. So that breathes good. But anyway, back to this. So I've got that, and this works great. MC Cruise, you have came through. So I can hit the MC Cruise on my cruising tires. I'm probably may change those. Oh, that one's still working pretty good. I don't have very many miles on this. You know, it's mainly because I've been waiting for parts and working on, actually mostly research and developing on these parts that I've been putting on this machine here on the Transalp, and I'm loving it so far. When I did notice, I didn't do anything with this yet, and well, I have now, but when I first put this on, the Rapid Bike, Evo Rapid Bike custom map, whatever, for this bike. And well, actually, it just pretty much customized the map that you already got to work with all your modifications, like a muffler or exhaust system, induction system, whatever mods you work with it. It's supposed to kind of work, you might say, remap for you, and which is pretty good. That's what you want. You don't have to go, you know, flash your ECU every time you do a mod. This will kind of do everything for you. So I'm into that. And when I would go down the road, I was in town the other day, I wasn't expecting the wheelie to last as long. And with this and just this, I noticed my wheelie, and when I popped up, I didn't even use the clutch. I just kind of cracked it, and then I'm slowing down, and then the traffic kind of moved out of the way, and I cracked it, and then I came up, and I found myself having to let off of the throttle a little bit quicker. Kind of took me by surprise. So you might want to watch out for that, till you get used to the way this works with any performance upgrades. So I think it's geared still a little too high. So that's why when I'm got my front end, when my wheel's up in the air, when the power kicks in, it just keeps climbing with this way this is working. And I'm not going to say it's not as controllable, but it'll surprise you. Yeah, this will surprise you how it works. I mean, that's my take. I don't know, maybe everything was just right and the speed was just right, but before, and then true too, I did have the user mode set where traction control was completely off, and I had it off even before I had this on, and I noticed I could pull a wheelie, and it was more control. Well, it seemed without this, I might say controllable in the way of, let's see, how do you say it? Oh, well, oh, yeah. Anyway, it was a little more controllable, or predictable, that as I ran out of RPMs, my front end would drop down. Well, this doesn't let you run out of RPMs with the power. You just keep going up. So that's something to take note of the way these maps work, way this remaps for you, or way it works with your, your fueling, your map fueling on this. Because as it gets more air, it demands more fuel, whereas before it gave it to whatever it came with. And no matter what mod you did, it seemed to help a little bit in certain low speeds putting around, maybe with exhaust, and before I had this, seemed to be a little more responsive, you might say, on the punching the throttle, but the power it gave me a little more, I'll say that, maybe a couple, like it is supposed to increase by a little bit, like a horsepower or two, and maybe 2 foot-pounds of torque. So hopefully all these modifications adding up will get me their Euro spec power, hopefully. Because I think their ECUs are mapped differently. Actually, they say they are. I've already looked into it. There's been several places saying that they are remapped in Europe differently. So this may be our answer to the problem of not getting the Euro spec horsepower. So we'll see when I get the DNA air filter dropped in there and put this dude back together. This is the way I do it. I just use this right here. It doesn't hit anything. You gotta, as long as you don't hit anything, see, nothing. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't have my camera on it. See, it doesn't hit anything. You can only go up so far. You'll hit this, but you don't want to chip your paint or nothing like that. And that safety, wherever it is, the little strap that goes from here to up on the tank, under the tank, to keep you from going up too high. I took it off because I took the tank off. You can see where it went. So, it kind of reaches down. But I might not put it back on. If I find it, I may put it back on. But anyway, it's pretty easy to get the stuff. And, there's nothing stressing it out anywhere on the cables, and just a 2x4. You can slide under there. I mean, that's the way it is. It's just if your bike is seemed to be binding where your cables or where you're maybe stretching cables, don't lift it up past that strap length that goes on there. But anyway, this worked good for me. You can see it can even go further. I'm gonna step on a frog. Anyway, so there's the hoses. I got plenty of slack there, so that worked out. So that's just my way of how I work on it. The cruise control works perfect on this dude. I am taking this off here after I put my heated grips on. I'm taking this, what do they? I forget. Yeah. What is it? Kaoko? Yeah, throttle stabilizer, they call it. It kind of locks in. I'm gonna take that off because once I did. Now these are supposedly the factory Honda heated grips that I got. I got bought those from Italy. They just ordered them. The company I think I bought from before sent me those, and it only took like about 3 days to get here from Italy, 4 days, something like that. So it wasn't no big deal. And here in the U.S., but so you can get that. I mean, it's not here in the U.S. Duh. Where did this come from? Japan? Come on. So Some people like to just wait for things to get to the U.S. and then buy it again from the U.S. So anyway, reason why I'm taking this off for a couple of reasons. I don't need it anymore because I got the MC Cruise. It works perfect. And this right here, when I put my hand up here, my finger, I got big hands, guys. Excuse me. Ooh. So, didn't get enough water. All right. Anyway, so, my hand is really wide. My fingers hit this right. My index finger hits it every time I'll put my hand up here. It's because I find myself, I keep working my hand away. When I put my hand up here, I mean, my finger hits that right away. I mean, I wish they could have got that. And I don't know what it is about this. I guess it's to keep you from, piddling around with your cable. It does. It kind of bumps you. You hit that knot first. And then when I lay my hand down, see, it gets fatter on the way down. And then, then look at it's puffed up over this thing right here. Before the other grips, I could come in a little bit closer, and it felt like from here to here, they were a little bit longer. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't know. I don't get it. But, that's as far in as I can go, and to get it away from that. But my hand, it's so irritating. I hit my hand on this, and I find myself coming out like this. Then I'm always on this right here. That's a little irritating. And one makes me go towards the other, and the other makes me, I can't keep my hand still. It feels like I can't find a place. So this is going to go, because naturally when I put my hand here, there's nothing that's bothering me. My hand can hit right on this with no big deal. And it feels comfortable no matter where I got my hand. So, that's the thing about this right here. My hand's always bumping this, and I'm over here that I'm fiddling, bumping this. So this is coming off, and I don't need it anymore. And it worked okay, but come on. You got that, you click it on, it works like, it's as good, if not better, than most factory cruise controls on a motorcycle to come, or that's been out there. So that's the way to go. I'm sorry, Viridian. Watching people fiddle and hold their hand and then calibrate and accelerate to get their speed up and reach over and hit the button again when, this remembers where your speed is, so you can hit the resume and resume to your speed. So that's it on the take of my updates and my mods, and when I get everything back together, we'll take it for a cruise down the road, and I'll show you how the cruise control works and what I think about everything on the mods, and that's a take on the Transalp.